What I like a lot is when we get this PMWI watch together, so you can complete those daily missions to earn points, and once enough points are accumulated, tap the rewards icon to claim the corresponding reward.
You can participate in the event solo or team up with other players. Both is totally fine. And of course, if you team up, it could be a little bit easier to get those rewards.
And just before we head right into game proper, there is a PMWI gunskin and outfit, and that sale period is from the 4th of August through to the 13th of August as well. 50% off PMWI packs, and you get a set straight away and 5 chances to draw PMWI treasure chests.
And from tomorrow, the 14th of August until the 15th of September, so next month, there will be 16% off PMWI packs, where you get 6 chances to draw PMWI treasure chests.
And as we head into our final games of the day, we cannot forget the PMWI Champion Celebration from the 4th of August through to the 13th, all using the region of the top 3 teams. Obviously, you know exactly who they are right now. We'll have the chance to win a prize, and it's a maximum of 1 award per user. So that includes Saudi Arabia, as well as Mongolia, and also right at the top, Thailand.
Yeah, looking to try and pop those rewards into those regions with a maximum of 1 per user. And of course, not only can you get rewards that way, but if you're contributing towards our peak concurrent viewers, if we reach 100 million live viewers watching, then everyone could get items in the 2022 PMWI Lucky Crate with a maximum of 1 award per user.
And you want to do that? You want to head into the in-game 2022 PMWI Watch Together event every day from the 11th of August for more information. Now, heading right into it, Seoul already losing 1 player right off the bat. It's Box Gaming here in Picardo, and these 2 teams are at it again. They just will not let up. Bensu hits the floor. Goblin also will take a tumble. It's back and forth here, John.
1 for 1 right now, but another knock found swiftly over onto Hector. It's looking box right now. Team Seoul with 2 players, both close to each other, but their teammates are getting flushed out. Not so for the Box Gaming squad. AkshaT and Omega, last 2 standing now. It looks like they are going to get these reses for Box as well.
So 2v2, unfortunately, the 2 players from Seoul have been knocked and also eliminated. So no chance of getting those 2 guys back up again, but Box will be able to get up to a full squad. Nice little split from these 2 teams to make this one happen. Vampire Esports over towards Minas Generales at the moment, just to the north of Morph. Morph with kind of a chance, I'll say kind of a chance of making it to that top 5. It is Omega who's trying to do the do-si-do with these 2 players. Can't quite make it happen.
Giving them the fancy feet, finds 1, gets the reload, but goes to the weapon. Swap in a second, it's Omega for Team Seoul, finds 2 on Box, and AkshaT now with a chance to get some healing done as well. They are going to try and take the fight to Box and Trisme.
I take it back with a pirouette and a waltz there. It will be a quick comeback from Team Seoul there. Beautiful stuff. And this will see them up to a 2v2 in a scenario that we did not expect to happen. Now, Trisme, nade in hand, has a pretty good idea of where these players are, but AkshaT immediately moves out the way. Wiser in this situation.
Picardo right now bathed in bullets. Casings everywhere, blankets, gone back and forth. Losing 2 players early. When you're in this central position, really far from ideal for both of these teams. It's not what you want to see, especially if you're looking to just try and put as many points on the board as you can. Try and ladder up to those higher earning placements on the overall tables.
Extremely important. Just getting those points right now, every little bit counts, especially if you're trying to hold on to those top 5 spots currently claimed by Vampire, Stalwart, Falcons, DAMWON, Kia, as well as Nigma Galaxy, who are all set right now to make it into the after-party showdown. There will be an extra $1 million on the line, including the $2 million from the PMWI event itself. So lots of money to be had here in the PMWI, as well as the after-party showdown, which will be a little bit more fun. We got a load of prizes there, but you'll find out more about that on Thursday. I'm sure Jason Kaplan will be very happy to fill you in on all the details when it comes to them. But right now, it's all about these final moments of the PMWI. So many regions facing off.
for Glory to try and claim that top spot. At the moment, it's the Thai team on the top. Vampire Esports, who started off the tournament marvelously strong. The 24 elimination game. As James said on the desk, we didn't think they were going to be able to get back up to that average, that day one average eliminations, but they've nearly done it so far today. Another good performance would tip them over that edge and plunge them into the precipice of success, which is not a metaphor used often, but I feel it fits here.
That's fair enough. Well, I mean, you know, it was very much the night on day one. The sun apparently came up day two and Vampire withered away, but as nightfall once again, here in day three, it's time for Vampires to reign supreme. See exactly what they can get done, but you know, there is still those 2 games and 21 points. It may put you just ahead of teams, but at this point in the tournament, it is miles ahead and can look quite daunting. But Falcons and Stalwart, we know these are 2 teams. Daunting is just another word in the vocabulary to them. They'll make it happen regardless or not.
Not too many teams outside of Picardo struggling right now. Fairly disparate in positioning. No one really clashing just yet. But RSG, TJB, Vivo Keyed from the north side, all starting to eke their way more central. You can see Morph there as well on your screens on the right-hand side, on the north end of Los Leones, potentially looking for a central position as well.
Morph having, you know, a slow comeback from day one and making it onto the first page of the leaderboard today is actually somewhat of an achievement in my opinion. You know, starting day one in a firm 18th place, start crawling their way back up to here. Just talking to the coach of that team, and you know, it's an 18-hour flight, so. I mean, I was only on a 6-hour flight, and that was rough to say the least. But
it got delayed.
It did get delayed. That is correct. But regardless, you know, to come here, compete the highest level, that's what you got to do as a player. And really, Morph has made it happen. And you've got to be proud of the Indonesian team, especially if you are part of their region. Be able to crawl back up, climb back up at this point, you know, with the head held high. Again, though, there is still a chance for Sim to get into top 5. And that's what we love about the PMWI, is that right now it is so scary for a lot of these teams at the top, because at any moment you can be shunted out of the top 5.
I mean, the gap between 1st and 5th right now is fairly significant, sitting at 54, I believe, between the two, if my maths is correct. As they say, never do maths live on air. But that gap, whilst it seems daunting right now, it just requires the team at the top, currently Vampire Esports, to have a bad game, and that gap can close very quickly if you're one of those teams that can have a very, very good game, as all of these top 5 teams are. But the gap between 5th and 6th place, it's so much closer. The laddering up between 3rd and pretty much 7th is really still all to play for.
Look at the maps, new circle coming your way very, very shortly. Right now, Stalwart up towards San Martin. Action still claiming the top spot with 35 eliminations. But check that out. Stoned actually made his way onto this leaderboard again with 31 eliminations. And we thought Lightning got onto that page very, very quickly. But it looks like Stoned is very hesitant to let that disappear. And with the back-to-back chicken dinners also just behind Action in terms of damage, you know, that could be a shake-up towards the MVP list, to be honest with you, let alone just Vampire Esports' current point totals. Circle heads over towards the eastern side, towards La Bandita. We've seen this circle previously in the tournament before. Very rough to play. Graveyard may as well be a literal term for the position on the map, considering there is very, very barren, and that is where so many people do get buried on this map, because it's just very, very difficult to get through that small little funnel. There's so many teams come into that area, they crunch together, end up fighting one another. So a lot of these teams just looking for a good position on the map, and there's still opportunity for this to be an urban ending down towards Los Leones.
Absolutely. On a couple of hard shifts, absolutely. It would proved to be pretty tricky. Could also be an urban ending in Picado, which is still very much in the zone, right? So we've got a lot of different potential opportunities. You talked about Graveyard being a literal term at the moment. Falcons sat in that area, right? Do you think they're going to be able to make it out of this? They have a lot of time to play with, but if they don't take that opportunity, potentially could prove troublesome.
It's the question of where this next circle goes, right? If we get really packed into that area, then yeah, things start to get a little bit more difficult for Falcons. But right now, they're using high ground to their advantage. As you can see right there, as I say it, there's your snipe down. Beautiful headshot comes through to take the knock. So, you know, this is the high ground advantage you get to play on this little ridge line. But yeah, later on in the game, if we head up here, then it becomes tough. Goodness me, Xiao just sending it back. Killswitch has to duck back out of the window, lest he lose his head.
A couple of headshots found there. You can see the level 2 helmet took a lot of damage. Level 3 vest, though, so luckily those weren't body shots. Otherwise, that would have damaged that lovely, pristine 3-tick vest. You love to see those. Fortunately, Daku not so lucky. Only the one.
Just needs to plant his feet on the ceiling, apparently, and have his head out of view underneath the window and his vest on show. That's going to keep him very, very safe.
Yeah, I think that would. Yeah, on the
yeah. If gravity didn't exist, of course.
Yeah, in a gravityless vacuum, then yeah, absolutely. Assuming he's a point.
Oh, look at that. FLC for the Falcons. Goodness me. The turnout has been absolutely incredible, John. You love to see it. Falcons on screen right now, giving them some love. Oh, dear me. Damar, don't do that. That's very mean to you, fellow player. Virtual Gaming Squad taking some knocks over from Aton Esports. They're down towards the southeast side, trying to make their way through Los Leones, but it's the Wildcats who really hold a very good position up towards the north side of Los Leones to hold out both Aton as well as Virtual Gaming Squad and hopefully pick up a couple of points here.
The crowd happy with their performance there, as they should be. Next circle soon to come on
to everyone else.
Yeah. Well done us. Well done us.
Yeah.
Very, very good. Nigma Galaxy slow, well, maybe not slow, but they are last to come in from the blue on that western side right now. Next circle just about to pop. We were talking about where those hard shifts could fall, how problematic that could be depending on where it goes. And it's north. Picado on the south side of it, that graveyard position on the east.
So for Stalwart, this is actually fairly decent. Picado still in the picture, and with both those teams that originally dropped in Picado and Box as well as Seoul, you know, these two teams, they are not looking too healthy coming into these circles towards the end. So it does mean that Picado can be taken up residence by another team should they want to drop into here nice and quick. And, you know, DAMWON here, we've known them for flying into circles. That's exactly what they're doing right now. Looks like they're heading towards the foothills of Picado, towards that northern side. Damar tries to get across. Naoto taking some pot shots with the Mini 14, but this guy, he's got the moves in the vehicle. He's going to do a full flip over the top. Can he land it? Doesn't need to. Drops out, bends the knees. That's suspension.
You're right. That is suspension. Goodness me. Bouncy knees. Do you think? He popped a tiny little bend in the knee.
Yeah.
Kept it in. Springs for thighs, that's what they call him.
Damn.
Goodness me. Lasers for eyes, though. As they do sit down, one of the players from Vivo keyed up the hill.
That is the second headshot of the game coming through from Never Alone. Goodness me. Okay. Give this guy a sniper and give him some clear skies, and he'll find as many players as you need here. Falcons are...
No.
Well, fast on time. Falcons here to take names and heads, apparently.
RSG in a little bit of a scuffle. Not too much right now, but there's a team just in front of them that they're going to have to be worried about. Morph, I believe, that's just over the hill. As we get a little replay, as Damar sends it on up and over. We're getting the suspended knees there. Stays alive. Very, very good. But back-to-back, engaging with Nigma Galaxy and not having the best of time of it right now. Nigma Galaxy have been absolutely on a tear today so far, Blank. Their day one performance would not have led us to believe that this is the same team.
Well, does go low, but back-to-back, taking a fair amount of shots from Freak here with the M4. That vehicle is not going any longer there. They'll have to take it on foot now, but still there are shots ringing out towards them.
52 slinking their way across the hillsides. RSG trying to have some oversight. So the ridgeline has been spotted. Vaz under pressure from Lightning, one of our MVP candidates, and taking out the vehicle. That's going to do the job. Boom goes the dynamite. Vaz takes a knee.
Very good tracking on this player, honestly, and he's going to go for another here.
Ooh, Lightning takes a lot of damage, but they get a second knock on these vehicles. I don't know what's going on, but 52 Esports lose 2 out in the open.
Daku here looks at the buggy and just doesn't know whether it's his savior, or in this case, it is a curse. Every single vehicle that 52 Esports has sent through, RSG have torn apart. Honestly, it is just not looking good for them. Next circle pops down towards Picardo. More on the roadside, but it's Virtual Gaming Squad dropping in on DAMWON Kia. They look like they didn't expect this, but Yafos is already down. Junie, nade in hand.
On that forefront, trying to get a little angle there, and we'll be able to get a flush onto Yafos. VGS not having the greatest time. Never alone up in the elimination feed again, by the way. This guy's a madman with this sniper, looking for the eagle eye prize there, but seeing what they can get done in terms of eliminations first. DAMWON Gaming, they've got Team Soul. Remember, they are down to 2 from earlier engagements on their south side. Box, similarly, hampered. They are down to 1 now as 52 finally get eliminated. DAMWON Kia not looking to go for this full push just yet.
I don't need to go for it. They are all the way on this southwest edge. Sung does get knocked by Team Soul, or at least the remnants of them, over towards Picardo. Looks like AkshaT does have eyes on from that area.
Sung should be resable though. They should be able to get that one back up, hopefully so. Stalwart under fire, action close to Vivo Keyed. He took a knock earlier from the barrel of Never Alone. But now they're engaged with one of our top fraggers in the tournament, Action, trying to get some intel. Pika swings out wide. Might be able to get this player on the wall. Looking for that engagement. Action looks good, and there's the 1-2 punch from Stalwart. Nice coordination coming through on that aggression. The oversight from Adrian, not going to happen there. Not going to work for them. Diego takes a lot of damage from Pika. This is coordination from Stalwart. This is why they are one of the top teams in this tournament.
Really well done so far. Vivo Keyed, not even able to put a dent into them. Stalwart is holding it down up towards that San Martin. Move down just a little bit along the ridge side to the power grid. And onto the east, taking up residence inside this compound. Very difficult to see out, and there's a lot of different angles that Stalwart can take from this area. It just gives them time to, you know, keep a little bit of a timer on this for themselves. They can start to make their move later. It's what they usually do. Right now, this is just an area to keep it calm. Falcon, though, double nade from Powerful onto USG. It looks like Team Falcons, they are not done yet.
No, they are just going to keep on going. 2 elimination points now found. Although that's probably not the story that you tell having watched this game. It feels like they've had much more of an impact so far. RSG with the highest elimination count at the moment, bar Team Soul, who have had 4, but RSG, all 4 of them alive as well. Vivo Keyed. Okay, I thought they were a little bit suffering here, but it seems like Stalwart have had a taste of their own medicine. Adrian from the top rope sends it in. Splashdown.
Oh my days. Circle.
Wow.
On top of Falcons now. This is a really big chance for them, but there is another team inside of this circle just to the east of them. It is Vampire Esports looking to sweep the eastern side, but they take a knock. Never Alone introducing the world to air conditioning, 1 hole in a head at a time.
Goodness me, the man is absolutely insane with this M24. Do you not want to get in his sight lines? And on Miramar, it's the perfect place to do it, right? A lot of open ground.
I am in disbelief. I don't think I've seen this many headshots with a sniper ever. Now Wildcats are coming in. Take down a player from Vampire Esports. These guys are now just down to 2 players. This really opens things up now for Falcon. Vampire Esports, they need to look for themselves for an end game finish. A top 5, top 4 would be ideal. This is where they need to see themselves at. But with 2 players, it's a question of how long can they live here. 15 teams alive at 20 minutes. It's only going to get harder for a lot of these teams.
At the start of the game, they had 21-point buffer to play with, right, Blank? So Vampire Esports, they need consistency right now. 10 points a game should be enough to see them through, barring Team Falcons popping off, barring Stalwart having absolutely stonker of a game, but it's still very much up for grabs. This team, Nigma Galaxy and DAMWON Gaming close by. The nade bobbles around, it comes back. How on earth do you manage that?
I don't know how he lives through that one, but somehow he does. Vampire Esports taken down to just 1 player now. Lord trying to send some nades over the top. Unfortunately, Morph is now out in 13th place. That climb is ended here. The Wildcats still going, though. Just with Boran. I was talking to the Turkish casters earlier. Sinan telling me that, you know, Boran on those final days, in those final matches, that's where he really starts to pop off.
Nigma Galaxy take a knock over towards Ralph. And Lord as well, jousting up the hill. TJB entering the fray. A 3-way fight right now over on the western edge. Lin spotted. Yeah, you're not going to win that one. Lord able to do the work. Nigma Galaxy play up that hill, take down TJB, and now they can focus their aggression over towards DAMWON. But they have taken a lot of damage in the meantime, and DAMWON Kia are not going to let it slide.
They're continuing to hold them back. They're right outside the blue, but the blue is doing the majority of the work. Great Molotovs from DAMWON Kia will take out the remainder of the players, taking them to 5 eliminations here. Great stuff here from DAMWON Kia.
Nigma Galaxy go down, and DAMWON Kia, great news for them as well, because they can start to challenge for those top spots. Regans Gaming at the moment suffering. If they go down here, they might lose out on their chance to push back into the top 5.
Boran is just not letting up for the Wildcats. 3 players still in this. Schweppes all in his lonesome for Vampire Esports. He is starting to ladder up, though. 7 teams remain, 17 players still in this. Falcons head-to-head here with Stalwarts. Unfortunately, it's Stalwart with DAMWON Gaming. DAMWON Kia, sorry, coming in from the behind.
The nades will find their way in towards Store. I have no doubt. Cielo for Vivo Keed could prove to be a little tricksy, if he so chooses, but finding the time might be a better answer. A double nade comes through. Damar able to open things up, but in the meantime, DAMWON Kia have descended away from this engagement. They know this next circle is better for them if they can get there.
Another nade comes over the top, takes down the 2 players that were knocked there. Now Falcons, they're looking to take themselves somewhere safer. They dealt with Vivo Keed. They've sent Stalwart packing. And now it's time to head on over the road. This is where it gets difficult, but Powerful's already made his way across, but there's still 1 player remaining from Vivo Keed. It's Cielo.
And that's what we're talking about. Could be tricksy. Vivo Keed still in the fight. 7 teams remain with Vampire Esports on #1 spot right now, also with a lone survivor. How far can Team Falcons push to try and catch up to that gap? 3 players remain. Wildcats with 3. DAMWON Kia suffering. 2 players down. Only the 1 just Junie up, and that's not long for this one. DAMWON Kia eliminated. 4 teams remain now. Stalwart, Falcons, Vampire, all still in this.
DAMWON Kia crash and burn on the other side of the road. To a nice couple of shots coming through from top. You can never count this guy out from Stalwart. Falcons, though, they did make their way across. Now the Wildcats. It's here, the Turkish team looking to make up some of the points right at the final hurdle.
20 points right now sat behind the leaders. Falcons, they're going to need, well, if they get a chicken dinner, they'll be able to get 15 points from that. So they need 5 more points to draw level. And at the moment, there's not that much in the lobby. So Falcons right now cannot jump up and challenge for the first spot, but they can put themselves right at the door of victory for the final game if they take this one home.
Can definitely go neck and neck, but ooh, top here, taking bullets from Wildcats. He really just wants to ruin the days of Falcons at the moment. He wants to be the one and his team just behind Vampire Esports, and it is just neck and neck between these three teams right now, but Top's find himself a safe position at the moment.
Wildcats, I mean, we haven't talked about them a whole lot, but there is a possibility that they could jump up towards that top 5 position with Stalwart going down. If they can take out Falcons, they could potentially be booking themselves an invite towards that after party next week as well.
They've got the tickets in the basket. Now it's time to go to the checkout. Well, that won't come till their angle. We'll see if they can get there first. Yusuf, though, just crouched down, waiting, biding his time. Circle, dead center. Neither of these teams want to make the first move. Never Alone has been absolutely unbelievable this match. 4 headshots so far with the sniper in hand. Powerful drops a nade over.
If you can get that opening, oh, that's perfect. Boran goes down. He was their point man as well. If Never Alone can find a snipe, it's going to bring them into a 1 versus 3, but they push in instead. Rifles in hand. UMP to lead the charge. M4 to back it up. Powerful. Sprays down Defoe. And the Falcons ride strong across the top. They want this so badly here in Riyadh that they are going to push all the way back towards Lux. 1 versus 3. The Falcons challenging for these top spots. They want to take this one home, and they will do so. A chicken dinner in the penultimate game. 27 points on the game.
This is going to send them sky high over towards those leaderboards. What a fantastic way to...
A few moments here, but 27 points is massive.
It's going to be super close. It is going to be, wow, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself, I'll stop. But yeah, for Team Falcons here, the circles were wild in this game. Constant hard shifts. Yeah, so, these past 2 games especially, so many hard shifts. So Falcons able to capitalize on that. And then they had a crate drop on them, but I can understand all the concerns that they had about those high ground positions overlooking the roads. You have to deal with all of those teams before you then come back to the circle. So that in itself causes so many trials. It's like a walk into a fire. It's a gauntlet.
Even if you don't like eliminate the entire squad, if you just reduce the numbers and regroup on the other side of the road, you have a very clear chance of denying that win away from the Wildcats, which is exactly what they did. 27 points, that's huge. And I'm not gonna lie, you have some tournaments that become a little bit boring towards the end because you know which team is going to be taking the trophy, which team is going to be taking that first place. Not here. Like we have no idea who's going to take it home here.
I think it might be a 3 or 4 point difference up at the top. Something like